But I don't blame you. I'm kind of upset too. Are we live?
Yes.
We are.
Welcome back, MPX addicts. Welcome to MPX Rehab Part 2, I guess. Oh, man, we're having some really bad technical difficulties today. Sorry about that. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get some new stuff, and that'll be taken care of. But, yeah. Mayhem at Mid-Cities. Good show, great matches, and surprising changes. Let's go ahead and get started because we had the MPX Addicts Championship match in which Exodus Prime was defending against the Mad Prince. And, you know, I've got to say, I think this was the most invested the Addicts have been in a Addicts match since Zero won it.
Yeah, it's one of those where we knew going in, like all three of us had kind of talked about what are you going to do to start this night off with? And we kind of all unanimously said, it's probably going to be Mad Prince and Exodus.
Oh, yeah.
It was one that is, you look at it on paper and you're like, those are two young, hungry athletes that want to set the world on fire, on the wrestling world on fire. And
Exodus isn't all that young, though. He's not that much younger than us.
Well, I get that, but I mean, you know what I mean. As far as like in the wrestling career, especially in MPX, these are two young, hungry men that want to prove to the addicts that they're the top, they're elites. Yeah. And Exodus has been killing it ever since he's debuted, honestly.
Yeah.
And Matt Prince gets better and better every time we see him.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
He's gone. Not legs first, as you like to say, but he's gone full force into this whole kind of crazy Mad Prince gimmick, and it works.
Well, legs first, and specifically for legs.
That's what I mean, but that's normally what you say.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of those where the match itself was so built as far as it had 2-3 weeks build. It wasn't that long.
Yeah.
But it felt like it had been built up for months.
Yeah. Well, it was because a lot of it was also very much the expectation of the Addicts wanting Exodus to lose the Addicts Championship. Exodus is playing. You know, he changed his moniker from the Final Boss to the Controller, and he's 100% correct on that one. Yeah, it's almost like somebody's been saying that for a while.
Yeah, he controls the Addicts wonderfully.
Oh yeah, and it's like just a little bit of a PSA, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't take the heat, don't interact with the wrestlers, especially the heels. I'm not free of this myself. Ryan Remington got me bad when I first started.
Oh, and Jamie.
Bad. Well, Jamie gets. I'm a punching bag for Jamie. That's different.
Actually, you became a punch bag for all Impact Life. Even Dave on Brutally Honest.
Oh yeah.
Which I can't wait for that to come back. Dave and Brutally Honest is going to be great.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts. Excuse me. Yeah, I was like, obviously there was if you didn't happen to notice, there was a bit of an altercation on Facebook. And it's one of those things, it's like, heels are heat magnets, man.
Exodus is the man.
And Exodus is one of the best.
If
you're not ready, if you are not mentally prepared to go up against this guy and, be able to take what he's going to dish out or, in a lot of cases, give back.
It's, what did Piper say? You're like throwing rocks at someone with a machine gun. It's exactly, when you go against guys like Exodus, like Schaefer, like Dexter, Marcus Rose, guys who know how to truly, really get underneath addict skins. Why bother? It's like with Cornette. Yes, he's dumb, but in the end, the war of words, he's going to eviscerate you.
Oh yeah, no, it's like
even if you're right, he's going to destroy you somehow.
Oh yeah, no, it's like on Facebook, I could go one-on-one with Jamie. As soon as it was one in person, though, I was dead. I knew that. But
that's still my favorite. That's probably one of my favorite MPX moments. Is him as Brother Love going at that guy.
Oh my, yes.
That's by far one of my favorite MPX
Hey, that's
moments.
on the MPX network.
Yep. Go
network.mpxwrestling.com.
Go watch,
look it up.
What was it?
Time Warp 2019.
Yeah.
I think, was it 2019 or 2018?
Pretty sure it's 2019.
Okay. Yeah, it was one of those. It was fantastic either way. It was just, so beautiful. But yeah, so this match between these two guys, this was, oh man, the boys love it snug, and Exodus is no stranger to that himself. And this match, I say hard hitting, and it sounds like a placebo thing. But when they're literally leaving marks on each other like they did, oh wow.
No, it's one of those. I think this is probably and it's tough to say because Gino was really hard for Exodus, but this is probably one of the tougher moments for Exodus in his Addicts title defense. And it's also the best we've seen the Mad Prince. The Mad Prince definitely knew what this match was about. He knew what this meant for him as far as like an MPX career. And he went out and showed out and did everything he could to make the Addicts know, look, I'm going to be a mainstay here for a while.
Yeah. And this is definitely one of those matches that showcase the idea that just because you lose doesn't mean you're buried.
Nope.
And I was just like,
Well, and it's kind of like a spoiler what happens later in the show, but Carl Knight has been very high on the boys and Brixton because of where he works. And he keeps saying they're not a secret, they're not a secret. Yeah, we've been saying they're not a secret for a while now,
not
Carl.
a secret anymore, Carl.
They've, as soon as all three of them debuted in their own right, even as singles or tag or whatever, the Addicts really got behind all of them.
Yeah.
The Addicts knew right away that Brixton is going to be a powerhouse in MPX, and they knew that the boys were going to be a devastation as a tag team.
Yeah.
And then MPX management decided to have them go single, and they both have excelled. I think we've talked about it before. I think there's something, I've said it, I don't know why, but brother tag teams, there's always that one that's full of charisma and kind of gets more notoriety, and there's the other one who's solid and technically probably the better worker, but kind of is, in the shadow. And that is where right now what we have with Matt Prince and Gabe. And Gabe had a phenomenal showing 2 weeks ago against Exodus.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
One of the best matches we've seen in that building in a long time. And then here comes the Matt Prince, same thing.
Yeah.
The ending was a little off, but it was still, they recovered well. And everything in that match was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
They worked each other so well, and the chemistry was there. And that's something with Exodus is, so far, everyone he's been in the ring with, he's had great chemistry with, and not a lot of talent can do that.
Yeah,
I think that really talks about how good Exodus
he's really
is.
able to make things work, and that's honestly, it's like there are times in which I'm just like, with the amount of talent this man has, what the hell is he doing on the indies?
Yeah,
this man should be getting paid the big bucks to do what he does.
And it's one of those where we'll push for them to make the big bucks. We're also sad because they leave.
Yeah.
And I don't
know if nothing else, he goes on to the big feds and everything like that. The title comes out of the bag.
True. And I know you want to see that. That bag is still beautiful, sir.
I don't know. Somebody who thinks that the bag should stay, the title should stay in the bag, also thinks that certain people are unsafe workers. So,
true. So
yeah. I don't know if I want to agree with that opinion.
So. Yeah, we don't agree with that opinion at all.
But yeah, so Prime retains, and it was just like, it's one of those things where I was a little bit disappointed. I was really kind of thinking, it's like, okay, this actually is a hell of a lead up, a hell of a match for the title change to happen. People are going to lose their minds. It's going to be great. And then it doesn't happen, and people lose their minds, but not in the way that they were, expecting.
Yeah,
which seemed to be a theme for the night.
It really was, because that's one of those where we look at it and we're like, I mean, case in point, we've watched MPX enough. We know MPX management enough to know that these type of title changes is what they look for.
Yeah.
Kind of out of the blue, nowhere, type things. And Mad Prince, while granted it may not have been out of nowhere, it very much felt like a MPX management. We're going to put title on them. And then we're going to push Exodus to the MPX title. And they haven't.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, me and you were shocked about it. Others were obviously shocked because that match was so good and Mad Prince was so close.
Certain things started to make sense towards the end of the night, but like this one caught us off guard because, it's like, we don't actually know what's going to happen on the card, ladies and gentlemen. Live entertainment.
Oh, is this the PSA where we don't work and we don't know?
We don't work for MPX. We don't know what's going to happen. We get, tidbits and teasers and everything like that from management because they like to mess with us. But other than that...
We're their lovable idiots.
Yeah,
so
they refer to us as the idiots.
If I can steal that from a friend who affectionately calls the tribe her lovable idiots, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but this one was like, I did surprise us. And honestly, speaking of surprises, the next match was Hardakis versus Matthew Palmer. And
were we shocked on this one?
Let me tell you why. I've already explained to you in China. I will explain to you here. Of course, it makes sense that Matthew Palmer has the
Credibility.
Yes, thank you. To be able to take on and defeat Hardakis. I mean, Wes did it. Scott McKenzie did it. It's, of course, Matthew Palmer. The Matthew Palmer, one of the biggest mainstays.
And there's the argument that Chandler did it but didn't do it.
That's because it's fun. Yes. Are you his drug dealer?
Whose?
Are you his drug dealer?
Yes.
That would explain the scrubs, wouldn't it?
Yes, it is. I totally deal drugs after MPX.
Oh, yeah, totally. But Matthew Palmer beating Hardakis makes perfect sense to me. Now, here's the part that's going to piss off management because they hate it when I say this shit. I was actually kind of hoping for something else booking-wise.
I was going to say, no, you didn't phrase that right. What's the phrase they hate?
Yeah, it's like the phrase they hate is, that's not how I would have booked it. Because, of course, that's not how I would have booked it. I'm not them, But it's just, I'm sorry. It's like, I kind of wanted the redemption story.
Yeah. And but then again, this is Palmer's redemption, is it not?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, Hardakis put him down how many times?
Yeah.
Took the mask back and all this.
It took everything away from him that had the potential to be able to wipe out Hardakis.
I think what I liked about this was it wasn't a potion. It wasn't the mask. It was straight Palmer.
Up Matthew Palmer.
5 super kicks, 3 frog splashes. That did it.
Yeah. And so it was like, don't 5-star match. Well, okay. 5-star match.
Settle down, Meltzer.
It's like, it was a top line match. It was a great match. Absolutely fantastic. Both these men brought it to a level that, it's like, seriously, the rest of the card had a lot to live up to. And considering this was following the already fantastic match between Exodus and the Mad Prince.
I really enjoyed how the inclusion of Renfield and Isaac as well, because that's one thing that I was kind of curious about of how we're going to do with that.
Because I don't book.
Well, next time with your taxes, maybe ask, hey, can I book one show? Like I've said, I only want to book. Well, originally I only wanted to book one show. I wanted to book just see if I could actually do it. And then I was like, you know what? No, I actually want to book 2 because I want to do a deathmatch tournament as well. But that's the only 2 things I ever want to do.
Yeah.
But no, that's the thing. I loved how the interaction with Redfield and Isaac and then being tossed out by Travis and having it one-on-one with Hardakis and Palmer. That, I think that made it more, I don't want to say more believable that Palmer did it, but it made it
a lot more exciting.
Like it felt right that Palmer did it on his own without interference from Isaac
absolutely.
or Renfield.
Yeah. No, like I said, story wise, I would have liked to see it go a different way.
Yeah.
But as a match and as the lead up and everything like that, I can't complain.
No.
It's like like I said, it's like am I mad? It's like, am I sad that Hardakis lost? Of course I am. I'm a huge Hardakis fan. Duh.
But you're also a
huge Palmer fan. So I was like, I'm really happy about that. And I was like, as objectively as it can be, I'm looking at it, like I said, it's like Palmer has the credibility. I'm surprised this hasn't happened before.
Right. And that's one of those like going back to liking Hardakis and liking Palmer, it's like Austin always says, his first champion was Kenny Steele, so he always likes Kenny Steele.
Yeah.
My first champion was Palmer. My first match I ever saw with Palmer was him and Houston Carson. And I love it because the finish was a stunner, nip up into a super kick, and my friends absolutely hate it because he immediately nipped up out of the stunner and then hit a super kick and pin. And I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan, and they were Austin.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my first memory of Palmer. And then seeing and learning about him, I'm like, oh, this guy's great. And then even rewatching early first 5 shows of Beyond Wrestling, he was there. He was like one of the mainstays of Beyond Wrestling. And he was all over the place. And it's one of those where it's crazy to look at him, look at his career, and yes, we all know who his wife is, and how he's never really gotten a chance anywhere.
Speaking of people who deserve to be making the big bucks for what they do, Jesus Crow.
Right?
Yeah. That's one of the, I'm very, very shocked. And granted, we do not know. We don't talk to them that way. Maybe it's his own choice. Maybe he wants to stay independent. Jackson has said several times he wants to stay independent. He does not want to go to bigger feds because he knows that he'll be somewhat censored in that area.
Yeah.
And with what he does outside, he wants to stay independent. That may very well be
I think
a Palmer decision. So
actually, knowing what Jackson does, is like with everything Jackson does, I'd hate to see him on WWE because they would just stop him from doing everything he loves to do.
They would completely murder his character.
That's not a thought I want.
No, so that's why
Although
I'm totally happy with it.
Someone I want to see more of, even though he hasn't really gotten to do much, Renfield.
Eamon was like first time I got to see him was
he was with Schaefer first, I remember.
But when I first saw him, he was with Johnny Melee, and he really didn't do much.
That was.
It was when Melee had the Prospect Championship, and I had no idea what the hell the Prospect Championship was. And it got explained to me, and I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking genius.
Now they actually think about it, Melee was the first one to put down Hardakis.
Yeah,
he was the first one to put him through a table and knock him off his feet and actually set him down. So,
but it wasn't. It's like he still lost the match.
Oh no, he did. But it was that first little brawl that was the first time people realized, Hardakis can be taken off his feet and put down.
Hardakis can be defeated. And
he's a human.
Was I there for that one? I don't remember.
No, I think you were working that night. So it's like, but
I hate retail.
Yeah,
I love it, but I hate it.
But hating is the correct word.
Yeah,
there's no love,
especially from the worker side.
That's fair.
But no, Eamon's one of those where, or Renfield now, he's always entertained me as far as like his charisma.
Yeah.
Also I believe, commentated on Lucha Brutal the past couple of shows. So him and LaMotta were all right. They were pretty good. It's one of those where it's with a character like Palmer, it's not necessarily needed in a mouthpiece. It's one of those where to me it came out of left field. It's grown on me, and now that it's grown on me, I'm afraid it's going to go away because it's you've kind of seen it. It's like it's not really needed.
Yeah.
Even though now I'm like, oh no, they're hilarious together. It's great.
Renfield did exactly what he was supposed to do in the long run. He served as a foil for Isaac.
Yes.
And that was, that told a great story in and of itself.
Yes.
That interaction was wonderful.
Now my brain is thinking, it's like, it'd be great to see, some of the, background of Renfield and see more stuff and lead more stories and everything like that.
Right.
But again, it's like I don't have the booking capabilities.
Well, then it's been my whole thing with the Monster Hunter. He's gone through the monsters. What is there now? That's why I feel like we've seen the kind of change to the centerfold Palmer. Like it's a mashup. It pretty much, honestly, it's probably most Palmer at Palmer.
Yeah,
it's the Anarchist.
Palmer.
It's the Monster Hunter. It's centerfold. It's pretty much, this is literally just Matt Palmer now. So it's one of those where it's like I don't necessarily know where we go from here. As far as like the whole Monster Hunter gimmick,
I don't know, but this is one of those things where just kind of got to put your faith in management and see where we go.
And they've never led us astray. So, but yeah, Palmer.
Despite my saying, it's like I would have done it differently. That's because I
was going to say
differently. That's got nothing to do with being.
They still put on great stuff. Like we had always said, Larry is the greatest outcome from that tragedy.
Yes.
Yet all of us were like, oh, it's Brent. Brent's going to win. Brent's going to win. And then he didn't. We're like,
Brent.
Brent.
Most sense.
And we're like, Brent still should have won it. And then Larry happens, and we're like, we still think Brent. And then 3 weeks later, all right, you're right. No, that was a great call.
This was absolutely perfect. And it led to Ryan Remington's title reign.
Exactly. It led to a lot of great things. It led to Tatum being where he is now, technically. So there's a lot of things where it's one of the hardest things I think as wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Let things play out.
Yeah. And it's like, it's easy for me to sit here and say after the fact, it's like, I would have done it differently. But that's 2020 hindsight vision and not knowing the full story of what's going on behind the scenes, much like somebody pointed out to me.
Careful of 2020, sir. You can't. That phrase carries different now.
Oh, yeah. 2020 vision is where you look back and go,
but it's the same. Wrestling fans, they need to let things, settle and wait and, get out there. Like,
that is the problem with wrestling fans having access to social media is now we can voice our opinions right away.
Yeah. Well,
and
I mean, look at
not all of us should.
Look at Roman. Everyone wanted Roman to turn heel. He finally turned heel, and people gripe about it. And I'm like, no. let it work. And then it works, and people are like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And it is. Roman right now is one of the best things. Actually, it's probably the best thing WWE has right now.
It's like when The Fiend showed up, he was like one of the most controversial things to pop up in a while. People were like, some people were like, I see where this is going, and I love it. And other people were like, oh, man, this is stupid. Why are they doing this? And The Fiend.
Supposedly, Fox flipped the fuck out, and they're like, oh, wait, no, we can't have this. And then they let it go 3 weeks like, oh, no, this is our highest rate segment? Okay.
Exactly. So sometimes you really just have to let them tell their story. You don't have to like the story.
Right.
That is not at all what you have to do.
And that's one thing that is missing in wrestling. And we're going off on a whole tangent right now. But that is one thing that I think misses from wrestling. You look at the old days. Look at an example of Hogan Savage. That was made for a year and a half. And they built that story from WrestleMania 4 of Hogan helping Savage win, Hogan picking up Elizabeth, all that stuff to finally get to WrestleMania 5 where the Mega Powers explode. When you let wrestling tell their story, and if the storytellers can do it right, which I have 90% faith in MPX management. And that only 10% faith is the fact that we may not get all the toys to play with. Because we've had times where MPX management has a great story, and then the players fall out or get injured or whatever.
Tony who?
Exactly. So there's things like that. But MPX management, like I said, has never really let me down as far as where we're going.
I would still watch, the worst of MPX, currently over WWE. I haven't turned on WWE.
You want 2 hours of Sapo?
At least I'll get a laugh out of that one.
Or you want 2 hours of Rage? Which one do you want?
Oh, good.
2 hours of both.
I was going to say, you're just going to get
Sapo versus Rage.
You're going to get Rage and Envy on a loop for 2 hours.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much.
But no, it's one of those because, and it's a little bit of a spoiler, but the 6-man that came back, it was one of those where, don't get me wrong, I'm excited he came back, but it's like, I think we could have maybe held off a little bit.
It's like
the Purge, where it's like made for, as much as I don't want him gone that long, dude, the Purge that's made for him.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where if he just re-debuts and comes back and starts wrecking havoc on everyone, that's a great comeback.
Including me.
Exactly. But no, having it again, don't get me wrong, love how it came out, and we'll get to it later, but it was amazing.
Yeah. So that was a good match. It was just, yeah, I know.
Hey, you get your dream match.
And so do you, apparently.
I get to, you know me, I get to drive it in the ground to you, so I'm fine with it.
But after that, we got the third debut of the 3 rookies that were going to be debuting this last month. Aaron Emerald finally debuted. And
Actually properly debuted.
Yeah, he actually properly debuted this time. And honestly, it's like I don't have the same attachment as I do with the Iron Belly, but obviously I'm still good friends with the wrestlers, so therefore...
what about Mikey B?
Mikey B I just started actually getting along with.
Yeah, no, we had said it about all 3. There are rookie matches. There are things you can nitpick.
Yeah.
As far as rookie matches go, these are probably 3 of the better rookie matches there's been.
Yeah. I'll be honest, it's not as slow in plotting as when Lizzie and Tatum debuted.
It really isn't, and it's one of those where...
And Dave did his damnedest on those.
Yeah. Which is crazy that,
Yeah, I know,
you're
right?
looking at the relationships and...
Actually, it's hilarious now.
Maybe that's why they have the relationships they do.
Maybe they...
Tommy Dean says all the room.
But it's one of those where it's, I hate to inflate his ego, but he did really good in this.
He did.
And it's one of those where at first I've been very critical because I don't know, it's one of those where you like someone so you push them harder.
Yeah.
So I do go a little harder on them just because that's how I coach.
Oh, you should have
That's how I am.
Involving Iron Belly for the last 2 weeks.
It's your name's Emerald. Why do you have no emerald in your gear? Come on.
Oh my God! It's like if I could get like the extra money, I would buy the kid a Mandalorian helmet.
I won't necessarily think it's like
man,
you're from Tatooine. Why do you have no Star Wars? Like Even if it's a fucking Star Wars shirt, something.
Yeah.
Again, very nitpicky.
Get you a Mando patch to put on your gear.
It's, again, very nitpicking, and it's very, just...
Come out with a baby fucking
A lot of
Grogu.
people are like, oh, you're just fucking with... No, it's more of, I'm hard on him, but it's because I want him to do well.
It's like when it comes to the match itself, yes, it has the same number one thing that the other two matches did. There's too much negative space, too much time in between things happening, where it just kind of felt like, what? What is supposed to happen?
And I think that was the thing. All three of them had the same mistakes, kind of, is they looked a little lost sometimes. And it was more of when Kirby's on the ground, which, again, there's, I don't think, a better foil and a better opponent to have than Kirby. He's on the ground. They're kind of just looking around. It's like, no, go kick him, elbow, punch, something.
Fluff to the crowd.
Exactly. Again,
Puff.
Wow.
Do not fluff in the middle of the ring.
Please don't.
I don't think Kirby or Bambi would appreciate that.
Exactly.
Well, maybe Bambi. I don't.
There's a reason he's single.
Not anymore, is he? I thought that was a thing where he's not single anymore. Wasn't that the whole Utah trip?
You only see what you see at the shows, man. You don't see the other conversations.
But that's the thing. So if you look at all three of these, they're very... So you've got Mikey B, who has charisma out the ass when he's in the ring. Oh, yeah. You've got Aaron Belly, who's got a phenomenal character in gimmick. And then you've got Aaron, who, God, I hate to inflate his ego, is probably one of the better technical ones in there out of the three.
And even that was...
And it's one of those where you look at all three of these, you're like, man, if you combine these three into one, they're phenomenal talent. And granted, they are good. Do not get me wrong. People are going to be like, oh, you're shitting on them. No, I'm not shitting on them. I think it shows how different every one of them is. I mean, look at Menage a Trois. Tatum, charisma out the ass. CJ, great on the mic. Larry, good in the ring. All three, and you look at these three, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, they just all have a different niche. And once they find that niche and kind of focus in on it, they can make something out of it. Marcus Rose, phenomenal on the mic. Decent in the ring. So what does he do? He's going to try to get on the mic as much as he can.
Oh, yeah.
CJ is a phenomenal technician, also good on the ring. So if he's not going to give the mic time, he's going to make his actions speak in the ring with his technician. Tatum is phenomenal trash talker.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to trash talk the entire match.
Let him go. Yeah.
He's going to trash talk on the mic, or he's going to trash talk on the ring. Case in point, when we get to it, I mean, he's in the ring. He never shuts up either by actions or mouth. So it's one of those things when they all three learn that and they can kind of hone in on that one specialty and kind of tweak the others, they're solid.
Oh, yeah.
We always talk about how the MPX Training Center is probably the best in the area. And I think you look at the talent that's come out in the past 3, 4, 5 years, you can't argue that. I put our talent, Jackson, Ryan, Tommy, Tatum, these three, Lizzie, Red, Noah, Casey, all of them against anyone else from the other schools in the area, and they're better.
Yeah.
You take Red, okay, never mind, not Red. Take Aaron, who, if you're going to look at the past 5 years, sadly, probably our weakest, and that's in quotations, because he's not that weak. Who do you think? Go ahead.
And this is saying this with all the love in the world for the guy, Brock Hopper.
Okay, take Brock Hopper. Either way, that's an example that I'm still going to point out. Take Brock Hopper, who is the weakest graduate of the MPX class, put him against any other talent that's come out of the other schools, Brock is still one of the top.
Yeah.
I mean, and I fully believe that. I mean, there's besides Nate, Killa Kate, I don't know of any other people from the other school that's going to be better than the people that are coming out in MPX.
Exodus Prime.
Well, okay. I count Exodus as us. I understand Exodus, Kari. Yes, they're ours, though.
He's like, don't forget, because I assure you, one of them catches wind, they won't let you.
Oh, they'll all catch wind, and then they'll shit on it later, and that's fine. I don't care, because I've said it before. I think MPX best training school. And again, you look at the talents that's come out, and yeah, we're growing champions. We're growing future wrestling stars that, for the most part, so far, with the exception of maybe 4, which granted they're all still young, I see them on bigger stages. I see them on my TV Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever.
Some of them I see sooner rather than later.
Exactly. And we'll go to it in the main event, but fucking Casey.
Jeez. It's like talking about wanting to not inflate somebody's ego, but just really hard not to just see how good he is.
No, it really isn't. And it's Ryan and Tommy Jackson. Like those three, how they haven't been signed yet already, I don't get.
Yeah.
But no, going back to Aaron, again, great match for a rookie match. Same problem as the other two, just,
Okay, you have a good point on that one.
kind of looking around, feeling a little lost, but overall not bad.
Yeah. But it's like, honestly, like I said, it was a rookie match. It was a good rookie match. He's got a lot of work to do. They all have a lot of work to do. And that's actually what these matches are about. It's like show them this is where you're good. This is where you're not so good.
Yeah.
This is what you need to work on.
Well, we've said it time and time again. Look at Tatum when we first saw him, the Tatum now. Mm-hmm. The Tatum now would eat up the Tatum that debuted and spit him out. You can talk Tatum now. He absolutely hates that Tatum that debuted. Mm-hmm. When we interviewed him, last year, it was, he didn't like that Tatum. He was even talking about how, no, it finally clicks for me. I got this, I got that. I don't like how it was.
The Tatum from that point versus the Tatum now is a different monster altogether.
Oh, it is. Tatum's one of those where, and again, given who he hangs out with, the character that he has changed into and is phenomenal. It's one of those where he, again, who he hangs out with, he obviously has learned, like, okay, this menage a trois frat boy party Tatum is very different than this fucking raging, unhinged, chaotic, crazy Tatum. And I like this Tatum. This Tatum is, and we even saw it a little bit before he re-debuted with, when I say re-debuted, he wasn't even a re-debut. He's gone a week. When he came out with Dave, the match before that with Casey, it was a very different Tatum. It was a very vicious and a very,
he definitely learned from Dave how to change character.
Yes. And it's great. And I think, again, that's why I always said if I'm ever starting a company, Dave's one of the first people. One, because I'm going to get a solid worker. I'm getting great character. And then I got someone who can help backstage all the other talent.
Yeah.
I think it's the same reason why when AEW had Jericho, it's the greatest thing AEW ever did was get Jericho. Because that is a guy, and I've said it before, Dave is our Jericho. He's someone that no matter what character it is, no matter what you ask of him, he can do it. And he can do it to the best. And that's, that's why if you ever start a company, I think that's one of the first ones you got to go to.
For a moment, let's also talk about a specific move. That pump handle big end that Kirby did to finish the match.
Great.
Oh, man, that looked awesome.
And it's one of those where, look, Aaron's not a small guy.
No.
So having him hit
in between, Mikey and Iron.
It really is. Yeah. Like, there's a small, medium, and large there. And yeah, he nailed it. And that's the thing. If we're looking, Kirby did something different on all three of them.
Yeah.
It was package pile driver. It was the Kirby bomb. And then it was the, pump handle big end, whatever he's going to call it. Last call, maybe. I don't know. Well, it's not last call. It's already kind of a set move with James Storm. But, whiskey run off his moonshine. I don't know. Yeah. Kirby will figure something out. Mayhem ride. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
And that's the other thing I thought was crazy was he came out as Mr. Mayhem with the other two. He didn't necessarily do it with Mikey B. Not that I remember. I don't think he came out in the leather jacket and the hood and everything like that. But Iron Belly and Aaron, he came to fight. And every one of them was different. Mikey B, I think he kind of joked off a little bit. Didn't take it as serious because it's Mikey B and the boy pop band or whatever. Exactly. And he knew he was in for a fight with Iron Belly. We saw that kind of right off.
No.
Yeah, he knew what he was going to do with that. And then with Aaron, I think he honestly he was looking for a fight that night in general. So, again, I don't think there's a better one you could put in the ring with than Kirby. Obviously, training and then working. But that's, again, very minor things to look at in this. Like I said, work on the character a little bit. Get some more, if you're going to be Star Wars, get some more Star Wars. Get some Emerald if you're going to be Emerald. And then same as all the other three, just don't don't look as lost. There's too much time just standing around.
Yeah.
Play the crowd a little bit and then go back to work. That's pretty much.
It was Dave said it, Richter said it. Whenever it's like, it doesn't matter if you don't think anybody's paying any attention to you whatsoever. Act as if everybody's eyes are on you.
Yeah, I mean, case in point, we look at us. And granted, we're a little different because we're very different type of fans than the average wrestling fan. But yeah, we look at very, very minute things like that. Yeah. Like a lot of people, like immediately after, and it's going back a little bit, but Exodus and Matt Prince, immediately I was like, the end. I was like, I don't know who that's more on fault. Like me and you were dissecting what that issue is.
Yeah.
And that's, a lot of fans aren't going to do that. A lot of fans are just going to blow it off and then look to see what they do.
We do the analyst shit, and it's like, well, we're not exactly Meltzer and crap. What's the name of his co-host? Alvarez. Yeah, we're not exactly Meltzer and Alvarez. We pay attention to shit, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, but we pay attention to our refs, and we love our refs.
Yeah.
We like Bambi and Travis, and that's it.
I like Shiny Shoes.
I like Carl. Shiny Shoes, Aaron, Ben. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't want the other ref. I will give Beeler one more chance.
You can see he's a little bit picky.
Well, it's Oklahoma. I'm hoping once he gets more in Texas, he learns how to be better.
Remind me after, to tell you what I was talking with somebody about when it comes to him.
Oh, okay.
After that was the tag team championship match, and oh man, this made me feel so happy.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Legitimately, my reaction was an overreaction, but it was like 20% because Sebastian and Schaefer won the belts, and 80% because I got to shove it in the face of the rest of the addicts.
Starting to sound like me, sir.
I know, right?
Again, I don't, like I said on Rhea, I don't like our switching roles. I can't play that role. I can't play that role of, I feel sorry for Dave and Tatum.
Yeah. No, it's like even some of the heel marks are like, it's like, Sebastian, man, whatever. And it's like, now he's champ. So,
I think it's, and I hate to be that person, but I know how a lot of the addicts think, it's the size. And people got to realize it's that stupid saying, it's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And every time Sebastian's come out there, and granted, I'll be honest, I was not a Sebastian fan when I first saw him. He's gotten better every time I've seen him. And it's, maybe it is a change of gimmick because I don't like Dragon Ball Z, but this persona, this attitude, everything he's got is amazing. Yeah. Like I've really been a fan, and like I've even said, I like in ring he's good. I still think that flying knee should be a signature finisher because that running knee is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he's like there's only really one person who's been a staple at MPX who uses a running knee as their finisher, so it's not like he'd be stepping on anybody's toes,
right?
Because when was the last time we saw him?
Yeah, so it's one of those where everything has been good, and while I'm a little shocked at the outcome, I'm not mad at it because it's one of those I do think it's the same with every tag team and every champion.
I'll admit,
you need to lose to rebuild. What does everyone expect Sagan and Manning to be undefeated the entire time? No. It's same with Larger Than Life. Everyone's like, "Oh, you upset Larger Than Life?" Well, no, they probably should have by now, but they'll get it back. I mean, it's the same with Sagan Manning.
Yeah,
until Dave leaves, which is probably fucking 3 months, sadly. I keep trying to forget too, but I can't.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, let's see.
They'll probably have it back another run. Maybe, who knows? Or maybe it's the other storyline me and you've talked about off camera that is going to happen. We don't know. But the match itself was great. Again, this is Dave and Tatum know how to put on a tag match, and then you're adding Schaefer, who obviously has a great tag team experience.
He's now a 3-time tag team champion. Or has he? Did he ever hold with
I'm pretty sure Two Manless Men held it back in the old building. I don't think the Kingsmen did. Which, okay, same tag team.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in the old building they did, but I'm not entirely sure. Before Nigel kind of took him over and made him the Kingsmen, which I always liked that better. I was never a fan of the Two Manless Men. The Kingsman was always great. But no, Schaefer obviously knowing how to work a tag, and Sebastian just knowing how to do everything, really.
Yeah.
It was a great match, and it was one of those where it was a little surprising, one, because this day and age in wrestling, you're expecting a lot of near falls, and we didn't really get that.
No.
You're expecting a lot of
It was
finishers
a very
and near falls.
decisive match. Yeah.
Yeah, and that finish was great. I love, again, like I was saying earlier, Tatum defiant to the end, on the way down off Schaefer's shoulder, flipping off Sebastian as he's going into the finish for the pin.
That is our Smoothie King.
It's, again, it doesn't matter if he has a mic or not. He's never going to shut the fuck up.
Oh, no,
and it's
never.
great. And I love how it was. I love how it ended with Sebastian pinning Tatum, because it also kind of goes to your shoving in the addict's face of a little bit of the MPX Golden Goose getting pinned.
Yep.
And Sebastian kind of being that one, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, Schaefer's obviously there to be the monster and win and be sure. It's kind of like
it's kind
of like Yoko and Owen. Everyone saw Yoko as the guy and the reason for the tag titles. No one ran in and got the pinfall because it's Owen, and everyone's expecting that with Sebastian and Schaefer, and it's not. It's look, Sebastian can do this.
And the thing is, they actually gel really well as a tag team too. I was like you were talking about. It's like Schaefer's tag team history means he knows how to work with just about anybody, and Sebastian is just really good at what he does. And so it's like, it's great.
Yeah, it was really good. And then I liked how Sebastian pinned Tatum, and Schaefer's there making sure Dave doesn't get back in time. And
which is like, I do like that. That's a thing that tag teams are doing now. That it's like, it's like, yeah, I know I'm not supposed to be in here, but I'm making sure that there's no interruption.
Yeah, and it's one of those where we've seen that in every tag match so far, is the fact that if Tatum's pinning, Dave is making sure no one's getting in there. If Dave is pinning, Tatum's making sure. Yeah. And it's been great. And that's why I said I love the tag team matches we've had, because we're seeing a bunch of old school tag team wrestling. Yeah. We're seeing tag ropes. We're seeing tags. We're seeing 5 counts being used. We're seeing that, hey, making sure someone doesn't get in there. And the only near fall we really saw was Tatum had a near fall on Sebastian, and Schaefer pounced Dave onto it to break it up.
Yeah.
And
oh God, yeah, no, it was like, Jeebus Crow, they were bowling pins for Schaefer.
Yes.
Oh man,
and then
those shoulder blocks.
And we saw the dive that Tatum did, the cannonball off the apron. And I'm thinking, oh, he's going to hit Schaefer and Sebastian, all right. And then he only hit Sebastian, and you're like, oh no, that hurt Tatum a lot, because there was no one else there to catch that other side.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. Great match. Definitely want a rematch, not right away, and obviously we're not getting it right away.
Yeah.
Definitely want a rematch to see because again, it was just a good match. I want to see it again.
Yeah.
And I also want to see where we're going with this. I want to see how Sebastian.
Can we see the singles
Schaefer,
match that we didn't really get, that I really kind of wanted to see? I wanted to see Dave versus Sebastian.
Yeah.
It's like, don't get me wrong, Dave versus Schaefer was cool, and Sebastian versus Tatum is cool, but I kind of wanted to see the captains go at it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know.
Well, no, you talk to Dave and Sebastian, or Dave and Tatum. There's no captains. They're equal, sir. Dave is not top, and Tatum's not bottom. That's not true.
Whose catchphrase did he use? Yeah. That's what I thought.
But no, it's. Yeah, I would like to see that, but also, like I said, I want to see this tag match again just because it was so good. It really was one of the better ones we've had, and I think
we've had some really good tag matches.
We really have, and I think that's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to next week, is to see how Sebastian and Schaefer carry this tag team division, because Sagan and Tatum, they made every tag match, even if it was, look, let's be honest, on paper, Red and Noah versus Tatum and Dave. You're thinking, oh, Dave and Tatum's going to kill it, and that's going to be it. And then, no, they made a really good match out of it. Case in point, we'll get it again, spoiler, but it was really good. So I'm curious to see how Sebastian and Schaefer carry, which, like I said, I have faith in Schaefer because he's put on great tag matches before, and Sebastian has never, as of late, let me down as far as matches. Obviously, Rage was a letdown. I know, I'm not putting that on Sebastian. I was like putting it in every time you're there. But no, I'm really curious to see how they do next week with it.
But we were talking about old school matches. Let's talk about real old school, because after that was Tim Storm versus Dexter Hardaway. We didn't get the match in February, but we got it this week. And oh man, there's a reason that Tim Storm is considered a legend.
Yep.
And he proved it on Saturday, because damn.
No, it's one of those where, one, the mops got brought out. I was happy about that.
I love how, thank you, Rusty, for making sure to doing some of the preemptive cleaning. We appreciate it.
And I also love how it started, how Dexter, took a chair to it, and started again. It
was kind of a theme that night too, where people were attacking before the.
And it wasn't even it was a lot of the faces attacking.
Yeah.
Mad Prince attacked first. Pretty sure it was
Palmer attacked.
I think Dave and Tatum. No, Dave and Tatum had a standoff. They didn't attack.
That was a standoff, yeah.
Yeah. But then Dexter, who technically was the face in this, according to the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And then according, again, like you were saying, how Tim Storm's a legend, Tim, knowing the way the crowd's going, went full into it. Yeah. He knows, again, that's something and it's way outfield, and it's, behind the scenes, but a lot of wrestlers, they go in the back, they lay everything out, and that's it. That's what they're going to do.
I'm the face, you're the heel.
Exactly.
This is how we're going to go.
Verbatim. And then they went out there.
No calling it in the back.
Oh, no.
Match either.
Tim and Dexter probably like, oh, no, we'll just have fun and go out there. And that's exactly what they did. Tim knew what the way the crowd was going. He knew where they were going. Mm-hmm. He heard it, and he goes, all right, fine. I'll give you heel Tim Storm.
Yeah.
And it was great because we don't get that a lot here in Texas.
No, we don't.
Unless, you were there in the VIP early days with the Vet Club, which was amazing with him and Asher and Randy Wayne and Scott McKenzie. The Vet Club was great. Mm-hmm. But him and Dexter put on one hell of an old school match and very physical. I was shocked at the kind of abuse Dexter, because we haven't seen Dexter really get physical like that.
Yeah.
And to see some of the shots he was getting, some of the throwing around he was getting. And it was one of those where I cringed, because he's obviously talking about how he's wanting out, how his body's not healing the way it used to. And I'm like, ooh. But no, it was good. It was, again, as the old school fan of me, I loved it. The outcome to me, because I'm also a very loyalist home person, mm-hmm. I hate when someone who's probably never going to come back here gets the win, Yeah. So I was kind of looking for... Yeah, and that's the thing. I was looking for maybe somehow of a crooked win for Dexter, even if it's crooked. Yeah. Because again, let's be honest, it's Dexter. We kind of all expect that.
Crooked win, but
he didn't have the full. He didn't learn from Regal enough the full power of the punch. Mm-hmm. He had a half power of the punch.
Yeah. But it's like afterward, it turned out really good because it's like it was the
respect issue.
Yeah.
And which granted he's not on Facebook anymore, but on Instagram and Twitter. Dexter has talked about how much this match meant to him and how much he liked it and how it was great. And it was great. It's one of those where it's got to be hard, I think, for someone like Dexter and granted, we're not in his mindset, but when you put on a match like this, to sit there and be like, it's going to be that second guessing. Oh, I am that good. Should I really leave in July? Yeah. Because the match itself was so good. And it's one of those where if it's me, I'm second guessing. I'm like, I don't know if I want to leave because I'm good.
From some other retirees, it's like that's an itch that really doesn't go.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't. It's from what we've heard, and granted, we've never done it. I mean, we do this a little bit, so we get like a small taste of it. Mm. But performing is one of the greatest drugs in the world.
Yeah.
It's the
As
utmost
a former
high.
Stage actor, yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, I did high school, but I don't really count that. But no, it's one of those things where, you're never going to lose it. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those where, like I said, even if Dexter does retire, man, manage, commentate, be backstage, something. He's one of those that, same with, like I said, with Dave, he's got a mind that the wrestling world needs, and he doesn't need to go away.
Oh, yeah.
Even if he can't do it in the ring anymore, don't do something in the wrestling world, because the wrestling world needs you. Mm-hmm. Especially Texas wrestling. Like I made a joke with Dave. He made a comment on Twitter. I was like, no, Texas wrestling needs you. He goes, no, Texas wrestling will be fine. I said, bullshit. I was like, look, Texas wrestling may be fine, but I don't care what you think or say. You're a big part of Texas wrestling, and Texas wrestling could use you. Mm-hmm. It's one of with minds like that. That's the one thing I don't think you can teach.
Yeah,
you can teach anything in the ring. You can even teach a character, gimmick, and charisma. You can't teach that mind. And that's something I think wrestling kind of lacks nowadays.
I don't know. Has JT ever tried teaching somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was a great one, and it makes me looking less forward to Dexter's retirement. And just not, yeah. But after that, we got another tag match, which was really cool. We got the Pub Crawlers taking on the Mayhem Mafia, Matlock and what?
They don't like Mayhem Mafia.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah. They don't like Mayhem Mafia. They Dylan Smasher, Matlock taking on Johnny O'Mara and Zero, and this match was enjoyable.
Yes,
he's like, we were like, yeah, Matlock, and then we find out who they're facing. He's like, oh, sorry, Matt, you're on your own.
Oh, you did. I liked Matt.
You were right there cheering for the Pub Crawlers with me.
I was. I walk out because I like their music. But no, I love right before the match started, Matlock he goes, I'm going to kick a hole in Zero's chest. I'm like, all right, cool.
That work out for us.
And that's the thing I like about Mayhem Mafia. It's that Texas Strong style. It's, smash mouth, hard as nails, hitting, throwing. It was so great.
It's that roughneck style that
exactly.
you're talking about, yeah.
It's great. And the Pub Crawlers is obviously a well-beloved tag team in MPX. And it's great that they're back, because this is the first time we've seen Pub Crawlers, with the exception of the Hardacus.
It's been a couple of weeks, and even then, it's like they had to.
I was going to say, that's, it's hard. That was 2 lambs led to slaughter.
Yeah.
But this was.
You'd almost think that somebody in management didn't like them.
Yeah, you would think that. I don't think that's true. I think MPX management likes everyone they have, except for Sapo and Rage. Because again, MPX management is a lot like us. They like talent. But that's the thing, is you look at this match and it was kind of one-sided in most of it. Mayhem Mafia seemed to dominate a lot of it.
Yeah, they really did. Actually. It was one of those ones where it was kind of predictable, where as the fans call it, the dirt sheets call it, the face in peril thing happened.
Yeah.
Because it was very obvious with Zero, and then Johnny comes in and he's actually putting up a fight.
Yep.
Everything, and then just. There were points.
I believe that's called the hot tag, sir.
Well, I'm not just talking the hot tag. I'm also just talking in general. He seemed to do better against the Mayhem Mafia than Zero did. But then again, as we always love to say, no one dies like Zero.
No, and while yes, that a lot of people look at that derogatory, I don't, because there's not a lot of people who can sell and make it believable.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And Zero's one of those that does it, and we'll talk about it later in the main event, but Tommy is one of those as well, that I don't think there's anyone better than the Tommy Becker as far as selling it. Like, the Tommy Becker is a lot like our Dolph Ziggler. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a lot like Zero too. I think Zero's kind of got cursed in that role, if you're making the other person look so good that we're always going to use you, but I'm sorry, you're always going to be that person to make them look good. It's that Mr. Perfect, Dolph Ziggler, it's that role of you're too good.
It's like,
which sucks, because it even happens in fucking jobs.
Yeah,
like someone's so good in retail, and you're like, oh, I want to be a manager. We're like, well, you're too good at what you're at now. We don't want to lose you at that, so therefore we're not going to.
And then they get so stressed out that they just fucking walk in the middle of a shift on Saturday.
That hit a little close to home, didn't it?
Just a bit. Yeah. So sorry, let me get my brain back on the right track.
I'll throw you off again.
But no, this match was good, and honestly, one of the things I noticed here was the fact that Zero beat Matlock because it was during when Matlock was teamed with Dexter.
He didn't hit the reverse flip sunset power bomb off the top rope thing.
Yeah.
Whatever Dexter called for.
Jeez, I'm just,
He said no super kick.
And when Dylan Smasher first came to MPX, he took on Johnny O'Mara, and Johnny O'Mara mopped the floor with him.
I wouldn't say mop the floor, but okay.
Yeah, well, you beat him pretty.
Yeah, he beat him.
Yeah. So, it looks like when it comes to going up against the Pub Crawlers, the Mayhem Mafia just ain't got the,
Matlock
the Irish mob is stronger here.
Matlock is going to slap the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
And you'll just be like, I
have a glass jaw, and they will kill me.
Well, you also have the glass wrist too, apparently.
Yeah, no, it's like this one. He's like, yeah, you need to go into the try not to tap challenge. He's like, no, I will. He'll put an arm lock on. He'll put the headlock on me. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. Bye. I never claimed to be a wrestler, ladies and gentlemen.
You tried a little bit. A little bit. You said, "Oh, I'll try."
Oh no! Thing is, I kind of want to go back to training just so I can learn how to take more bumps, more hits, everything like that. So that it's like I can be like,
So
no, really, guys.
I was gonna say you actually can die on the show.
Yeah, I was like, no, really, guys, go for it. Yeah. Just let me know you're going to do something before we start.
Oh no, it's funner when they just come out and do it.
Yeah, Dave.
That's how your wrist got broken, or your chops.
Oh God!
I still remember Kirby's chop. That was wonderful.
But Dave was the one who came up and did the chop.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say he did the machine gun ones to you.
Sky says, "Hello, Jay. It's good to see you."
Speaking of the devil,
sir. See, yeah, you can do a Death by Stereo next time. The next award show, you're getting a Death by Stereo.
Sure, why not? But
you trust Sky, don't you?
Trust isn't the issue. It's my own. It's trusting him isn't the issue. It's trusting me that's the issue. Okay.
I have a feeling Sky's going to take you and flip you whether you want to or not.
Fully expect days. I'm going to be. Somebody's just going to be like, you know what? I want to give that Mark a bump.
Oh, I bet Remedy definitely wants to take you for a ride.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, the whole time I'll just be like, "Yep, okay, that was cool. Oh, just do another take."
Yeah, just go up. Just go flip, let them go.
But speaking of my glass wrist, the Try Not to Tap Challenge was after that, in which we got a debut at MPX, and actually one that I was really happy to see because it was somebody I was kind of interested in when we first saw him elsewhere.
Yep. And
he has gotten so much better.
He really has.
Ryan Remington's challenge was answered by Gideon Vane.
Which COVID either hurt people or did people well. And I think COVID helped.
Oh, Gideon. My God. Yeah, it's like when we first saw him, he was not fat. Definitely not fat. But he was just kind of, a little softer.
I was going to say, I'm not one to talk, but as far as a wrestler, let's be honest. Given who they put him with,
it is hard to look fit when you've got Erica Torres and Double D standing next to you.
Yeah. So that
it's hard to look fit enough.
Yeah.
And that was the first one where I was like, the pairing was weird. Yeah. And it was also which she's kind of gone away from it, which I'm kind of glad because I didn't really like it all that much as far as the what they were trying to do. And I think what all three of them are doing now is great. And granted they're not together, which is fine. But Gideon looked really good. Looked in shape. He's one of those where he's got a great size and a great look.
Yeah. I would like to see more of him.
I would like to see more of him.
Be messaging management saying, "Hey, can we get Gideon Vane back?"
I would like to see more of him because I also want to see more of a character development, more of in-ring skill. Because, like I said, it's kind of like when we went to it wasn't me and you, it was me and Pat.
Hey, if Hardacus gets chased back to hell, then we need a new monster. A new heel monster anyway.
Because we saw that Bane Bailey, who is pretty impressive. But again, I want to see more because he's got a good size. I just want to see more character work, more charisma, more in-ring. Because again, I am very judgmental with wrestlers. I thought Gideon did well. It was he definitely played his role as far as making Ryan look a little on the defenses as far as going against a bigger guy, which Ryan's not that small himself. No. So I thought it was great to actually play to that.
Someone who can actually make Remington look small. That's impressive.
Which is, and I liked it. I liked how Ryan kept trying for the wrist lock and would get thrown and get thrown. And then finally
and he even did get the wrist lock. And then, Vane's like, no, started to power out and Ryan had to redouble his efforts.
It's one of those that, again, he finally had to snap the wrist in order to, finally lock it in. Again, great match. I'm loving these, try not to tap challenges. It's really one of those where it's got to be built up to a Jerome or somebody that is known for tapping people. And when that actually happens, that's going to be great.
Match for Ryan to be able to
even if it's
because it's like if you look at it,
I hate to say it, but we have local MMA famous talent out there. If we book them for one show against Ryan, that's a great match.
Oh yeah.
because I think Johnny Hendricks is local in the area, which granted he's kind of retired and sucks. But there's so many MMA talents that you probably could get kind of cheaply, not too expensive, that have a name.
It's the ones that know how go against Ryan. Though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, granted, yes, you want a Josh Burnett or Channel Sonnen. You're not going to get that all the ways, but I'm sure there are some you could find that could do it, and it would be good. If you're looking wrestling-wise, right now in Texas, Jerome's probably the best one.
Yeah.
Which he's not even really Texas anymore.
I mean, it's like Nate Collins is working his way towards that MMA thing.
He was, but now he's part of a tag team, and the tag team's actually pretty good. Yeah. At first, I was a little hesitant on it, but him and Eddie Martinez actually work. Yeah. So, but no, it'd be interesting to see where we go with Ryan from this, because again, we keep having all these challenges, and it's like, okay, it's going to come to a point where we kind of all expect Ryan to win. Yeah. Which, if you talk to some addicts, Cole, he already expects that. Yeah. So.
Speaking of which, if you're watching, how you doing, buddy?
We still never got a video of him singing Bear Fighter.
Yeah.
I did get my save the date, though. Thank you.
Yeah, so did we just today, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say I got it today.
Yeah, but that match was.
I didn't look at the date. Better not be a Saturday, though.
But it's like that was a good match. Like I said, I hope we get to see Gideon Vane again because I thought it was really good. And he used one of the few Tool songs I can listen to without wanting to, punch a wall.
Yeah, I saw that TikTok. I didn't realize that when I asked you about it on Saturday.
Yeah.
No, Sober's a good one.
Yeah. But after that was, of course, the main event. The Prison Break match.
Oh, yeah, we've alluded to it the whole time.
Oh, yeah. With Legs, Becker, Clay, Brixton, Dimitri, and of course the mystery sixth opponent, Sky De Lacrimosa.
Fresh out of the asylum.
Oh yeah. New Gear looks fucking sick.
New Gear was great. The video was great. It was funny because yes, I do talk to Sky, and I was just like, you don't have to say yes or no, just sooner or later. Sooner than the Purge, or you debut at the Purge, which to me makes the most sense. As much as I don't want you gone that long. Coming back at the Purge makes the most sense to me. And he goes, oh, I might be back soon. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then literally like the next day, I was like, really? I was like, damn.
Twice.
Which I should expect it, but yeah. It was great because as soon as the video played and I heard the news.
You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to actually, say, yeah, I'm not going to be there and actually not show up so that...
Well, no, and the thing, I wouldn't even expect him to be the sixth man. I really wasn't. And it was just, for some reason, that day, everyone was voting Sky. And I'm like, that is weird. Why does everyone think Sky's going to be the sixth man? That's weird. I honestly thought it was going to be Exodus. I really thought for some reason Exodus would be that guy.
Yeah.
And then we get there, and for some reason, everyone's saying Sky, Sky, Sky. And I'm like, all right, that's interesting. And then, I don't know, like as soon as they're saying the sixth man, and the video played, I go, this is interesting. And then I was like, that kind of looks like Texas Chainsaw Phil. Oh, that's the news report. Oh, son of a bitch.
As soon as the news started.
As soon as it was the news report, I go, oh, God damn it. And then, of course, I had the camera person look at me. I was like, God damn it.
But Purge is July 3rd.
Yeah. I thought that's what I said. So, yeah. Because I didn't want him gone that long, but it made the most sense.
But
it was great. And again, the gear, the straight jacket with the blood and XV on it.
The integration of the the scrubs.
Yes,
I guess.
Everything and the reaction. Like, not just me.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, a lot of people think it's... No,
it's almost like he's built some kind of reputation and rapport in the last year or so.
It's like people actually like him for his talent. It's weird.
Yeah, weird.
But no, and for there's real? Even... It was on Twitter, and I reshared it. The Girls We Love. They had filmed their reaction. Why do you
say that, man?
Okay.
The fans we love.
The addicts I actually like and are okay with. Yeah. Is that better?
Yes.
Sky says that welcome was amazing.
Yeah,
it was.
Yes, that was.
And he put a heart with it.
That was amazing. The reaction he got was great. And then he's in there.
It started with him and Dimitri.
I was going to say he's in there with the guy who beat him for the title. So you're thinking, oh, Sky's just going to go out and kill him. Which, granted, there was a chant, Sky's going to kill you all. You're welcome. And it was a show of respect for even Dimitri, which I think was great.
Yeah, they were just, it's like they were showing such like friendship and brotherhood there. It was almost like, tribal even.
I hate how you do that. Because the more you do that, the more they probably get in trouble. And just for the record, it's not me this time.
That's all I want for the show.
But no, this match was great. And it was one of those where I had kind of called it before. I was like, Dimitri needs to start. Dimitri needs to start. Yeah. And granted, it didn't end the way I thought it would, but I figured Dimitri starts, runs through everyone, and it really solidifies his title reign as MPX champion.
Yeah.
And while we didn't get that, the start was great. And then the third one was Tommy, which obviously, the most athletic man in MPX, which later on Casey kind of proved that, no, that might be my title.
Yeah.
Because Casey does shit every time I see him. I'm like, oh, shit. Maybe you're most athletic.
Yeah, no. It's
like 1A and 1B. They're the two most athletic.
Oh, it's just the whole thing of like, I swear to God, I think Casey just watches matches and he's just like, I want to do that. And he integrates that into his arsenal.
And I think that kind of just shows like maybe how athletic hockey players are.
Yeah.
Because Casey, Tommy, Dimitri, they all played hockey and they're pretty athletic. Casey and Tommy.
I was a shit goalie, so that explains a lot about me. So
I can't skate. I love hockey. I just can't skate. But no, Casey and Tommy going out there and in that match was phenomenal. And then finally Casey realized that, hey, Legs has PED glitter in that right leg. So Randy is a cheater. Even Casey called it out. It's not just me anymore.
Great.
Tommy Dean says debatable.
On what?
Remember, this is like 15 seconds
I was
early.
like,
most athletic.
Oh, is Tommy most athletic? I guess we'll see. We'll see Saturday, won't we?
Yeah, I guess.
Or was he saying debatable on who's the best Tommy? I don't know. Which one?
Yeah, that is a good question. Yeah.
No, that's a question you always like. You like that. You like that question.
Tommy's in the ring, and you'll find out.
Well, we've lost one Tommy because he's now the Mad Prince. He's the Mad Prince. He's no longer Tommy Prince. The Mad Prince.
It's easier to chant, Tommy.
No, it's not. It's Mad Prince. Mad. It's not that hard. Dance puppets. I did it all Saturday. I can do it again.
Laugh it off.
See, exactly.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
Slap the white boy. It's perfect.
That white boy slapped back, though.
I only got 3 of those in before I was told to stop. I was like, hey, I got 3. It worked. It made Marcus look over enough to be like, oh, okay. And then they did it.
And then it's like this one, unlike the last Prison Break, everybody got in.
Yeah, all 6 got in. We didn't have Jackson steamrolling everyone.
Yeah.
Which
that wasn't entertaining, just.
Well, no, and that was the thing. Like, part of me was thinking, if Dimitri starts and they lay it out right, we could see the same thing, but that's boring. Yeah. And then it was Sky, and I go, oh, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
Tommy Dean says, my new moniker is the only man more athletic than Tommy Becker.
Oh.
So the Tommy Becker versus Tommy Dean Saturday? Yeah?
Again?
Yeah?
I liked that match.
That was a good match. I hated having to work with you with it because you kept confusing everyone.
That was fun.
Let's do it.
But no, having the layout and everything to that match was perfect. From Tommy to Casey to Legs to Brixton. And then the eliminations.
It's like Brixton comes in and eliminates half the match on his own.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Which, again, I think that's why I'm kind of okay with the way it ended. Because Brixton because as soon as Brixton came in and eliminated 1 and 2, I go, oh, he's going to eliminate all 5. Brixton's going to be our champion. Like, I was halfway expecting it. And then,
I'll admit, after.
He did, I think he eliminated 4. I don't think he eliminated all 5. I think he did 4.
No, he did 4.
It was great. And I like how we still kind of kept Sky, I hate to use the word strong, but him getting rolled up as opposed to getting hit with a move and pinned. Him getting rolled up because because it's Sky, it's his character. He's too ingrained and focused on one thing. He's got that tunnel vision. Getting rolled up in 1, 2, 3, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
But the match itself, I enjoyed.
And the fact that Dimitri was the last.
Yes. I liked how it came down to Brixton and Dimitri.
I wanted the match of Dimitri versus Brixton, like just singles.
Oh, a lot of people have wanted that forever.
Yeah.
and I think hopefully we will get that sooner rather than later. But it's one of those things where you look at the end and how it happened with the Exodus coming out, and there is a slight chance in my mind. I'm like, oh, Exodus is going to hit Dimitri. Then he'll hit Brixton. Like, Exodus is going to make a name for, look, no, I don't care who wins. That title is mine next.
Yeah.
And then he just hit Dimitri and rolled out, and I go, this is a little interesting. Because even Brixton sold it as to, I don't know why he did that. But yeah, because I think there was, and that was my only complaint, was I felt that went too long, because Dimitri and Brixton had that little argument of, is this your guy? No, that's your guy. What are you doing? It was a little long. I would have loved Exodus to come in, look over once, look over twice, look over another time, then hit the Max Exodus, and then roll out, and then Brixton pin or Stormbreaker or whatever. Yeah. But it was, again, I'm here for it, because, again, I like stories, like to know where we're going, and having two newer guys who have come in with and kind of overtaken MPX the way they have.
Definitely.
And even the titles.
Year and a half.
Exactly. I don't think we've seen people, with the exception of Wes, come in this quick and get over. I mean, okay, they're not over with fans, but fans appreciate their matches. And their heels.
Means they're
no, I know. And they're heels that fucking, for the most part, and yes, I hate to give the addicts credit, they like good heels and good faces, and there's not a better heel right now than Exodus. Exodus is one of those where he'll put on phenomenal matches that people want to see, but then they also want to boo the shit out of him because they hate him so bad.
Yeah.
And Brixton's kind of that tweener where people love him because he's so good, but without Eden, they're going to cheer him. But if Eden's there, they'll boo him. Yeah. Now that Exodus is there, they're going to boo him, which I think is great.
And it's like, because it also casts, doubt on, is like, could he have actually won? Because it's like he had already kind of pulled the ref in the way.
People like you say that. Now, there are people, like Lugo, Pat, myself, that are like, no, Brixton would win.
You didn't see my comment when somebody was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I see it. I just choose to ignore it. Yeah. No, because you're always the face. You always you stay that way. Unless
I'll tell you what, my favorites go back to being face. I'll be the complete face again.
Well, I was gonna say, tell Sebastian and Schaefer they got to turn face, because we can't keep doing that. But no, again, I'm really curious to see where we go with Brixton as the champion and with Exodus, because like I said earlier, it's one of those where I don't. With the way Exodus is and with the way Brixton kind of is, these are two egos that I don't see working together.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be, if going back ways, if Triple H hadn't torn his quad, I feel this is exactly what the two-man power trip was going to be. You're going to have two, he's going to have the lesser title and the bigger title. He's going to lose the lesser title and he's going to want the bigger title. Yeah. And I feel like that's what we're going towards. But then again, I may be wrong. It may be something where you have like Rated RKO, where you have two egos that actually for some reason work together.
Yeah.
So who knows? It'll be interesting. I
mean, it was really great with Sebastian and Exodus, because they worked off each other really well. I want to see how well Brixton and Exodus work off each other.
And it's one of those where it's
especially if all three of them like get together and like have like a moment.
I'm telling you, just them have Marcus Rose too.
Ah, jeez.
I'm telling you had Marcus Rose just needs to be in everybody, because it's fucking the mic skills is so great.
Oh yeah.
Chris Fulmer.
I heard that and I was ignoring it. Don't bring it back up.
Chris Fulmer says Brixton equals Farouk and Exodus equals The Rock.
Damn.
You're not wrong.
Well, no. Did you not realize I made that joke on Mainline?
I
said by any means necessary. I tried to do a whole nation thing without saying it, but.
I'll be honest, the whole thing with Sky had kind of thrown me for a loop, so I'm sitting there just trying to stay in there.
Oh, that's right. Sky got you.
Sky
your wrist was sore.
I was just like, okay, who else is going to come fuck with me today?
I tried to get Jamie, but he wasn't there, so I sent a message out.
It's like I almost got one for you, too. It's been a bit since he said the word, I will be honest.
What, Thakardakis?
No.
Oh, no, yeah. No, he immediately knew. He was like, I was like, no, I didn't. He said it.
No. I said that you said it.
No. I never said the C word.
It has been a while.
But no, that was, again, I'm curious where we go with this, especially giving the show we have coming up. I think it's very interesting. Just an idea of where we're going. Again, most people know, and you've heard anything on this show today, I like stories and I like to know where we're going. So this whole Brixton Exodus celebration, I think is going to be great.
The fact that it looks like we're getting a story going into that, and it's not just going to be a random, we're going to put everything on hold just so we can do this PR stunt.
Right.
It's actually going to mean something both as what it's supposed to be and for the storyline of
Which I do like sometimes, and okay, I only like it one time. It was when we did Time Warp. I like that break of storylines don't really matter.
Time Warp is its own beast. That's an event.
Now this, yes, obviously it needs to be something special because of what it means. And again, I talked about it last time. MPX has always been very good about, I think, showcasing black athletes, Mexican athlete, whatever. We have always, MPX has always accommodated and highlighted those athletes.
Yeah. It's like there have been stints in which it seemed a little monochromatic, but that was simply because of availability.
Right. So I think this is going to be great. June 19th is going to be a great show. And I'm looking forward to see who's all going to be there because we've been told some things, but not a lot of things. We've been told it's
not
be
set
a huge
in stone,
show.
but I am looking forward to our MPX Rehab before June 19th.
Yes.
So
cool. You've talked about it a little bit, and I'm excited for that too because it's one of those I think the addicts and wrestling fans in general should kind of learn about.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like that was MPX's Mayhem in Mid-Cities, which has become in the last few years our fifth big show.
I was going to say, it's one of those where I had said it last time. It's like MPX is kind of taking like, we'll have one big show a month every time now. Because you look at June 19th is also going to be big.
Honestly.
July 3rd is going to be big. August is going to be Purple Rain. I'm sure we're going to build something huge in September, October, and November because that's what we've done every month so far. We used to have the Big Four, which, yes, we still have the Big Four. Don't get me wrong. But we've also got these other shows that kind of come out of nowhere that are amazing.
Yeah.
And Mayhem Mid-Cities definitely. And it's crazy because, yes, we had Texas Famous this month as well. Yet I think Mayhem Mid-Cities is the bigger show.
Yeah.
Or it's one of those where maybe not bigger because obviously I think Texas Famous probably made more. But
I don't know. The crowd was comparable.
As far as Mayhem Mid-Cities, as far as storylines and entertainment, I think Mayhem Mid-Cities.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so looking forward to
it. Oh, yeah.
Aztec
He's got two big shows in June.
Yeah, Aztec Warfare, yes.
Aztec Warfare is going to be great.
Yes. But before, it's like we don't know exactly what's going to be going on with Aztec Warfare, so let's go ahead and
we're getting Luchasaurus.
I would lose my shit.
Yeah, I know. I just probably pissed off a lot of people. They're like, really? And I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. And they're going to be like, you motherfucker.
I would lose. It's like, then those jokes you make about, I was like, oh, you and Melanie? No, this one you would have.
Oh, God, boss just missed it.
Of course he did.
Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't about that.
No, okay.
That probably hadn't hit yet. We're still on a 10-second delay.
5-10 second delay. We're good. But
we're getting all those.
This
Cobra
Saturday,
Moon,
we've got
Jungle
the
Boy.
Fallout from Mayhem at Mid-Cities, which good naming conventions.
Oh yeah, because we have Thunder, Lightning, Purple Rain. They're always good at that.
And this one's got some matches that I'm actually really looking forward to.
It's weird. We've only got 4 announced, but I'm really looking forward to all 4 of those.
Well, there are some that is like there's one that was announced that doesn't have a card.
But yeah, that's one of the 4. Because 3 have a card. I'm pretty sure I was right.
Because the fourth card is.
It's the also appearing and then the celebration. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we got 4 matches announced. One of them doesn't have a card, but it's obviously we're excited for it because it's rookies. Mm-hmm. And we got 2 tag matches, and then we got singles.
2 tag matches, 2 singles, and the event, which is going to turn into something. I hope.
I think so.
Yeah, but of course, the first single match that we're going to talk about. That's actually got its own card. Is Luke Langley's.
Try again.
Yep. Sorry, brain glitch, ladies and gentlemen.
3, 2, 1.
Luke Langley, the Diamond Dog, the mercenary, the what is it? Black Diamond? No.
Smoking Gun.
Smoking Gun.
Black Diamond Industries.
Yeah, Black Diamond Industries. Thank you.
Coming back, Ace.
And he is taking on the Jock Christian Mox, and as you can see, I'm already a fan of his. So this match, I'm looking.
Oh God, you've got a third person now.
Not to the same degree. But, and technically it's fourth. Fourth.
Did you hear him?
No, I didn't.
Small, medium, and large. I was gonna say I don't know which one's the medium, which one's the large,
Fifth?
Mox or Iron Belly.
No, it's like the
We all know Small Sebastian, so
see, I'm gonna tell him you said this shit on Saturday.
well, why doesn't he watch us, sir?
Good question, Sebastian. Well, I thought we were friends, man. I support notes.
My friends watch me. Hi, Sky. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Dimitri later because he's probably working out because
probably.
he's a weirdo that does gym hours all the time.
He's getting that. No, that's Skip.
Yeah, before that it was Jackson and Ryan. So, but no, Mox and Luke, I'm really looking forward to because Mox and Dimitri had a match a couple of weeks ago. Was really great from the clips I saw on the little bits and everything, and we've all seen how
like he's having these really great matches at a show that I can't go to.
Yeah,
because it's on Fridays and this show is notorious for going until God's know when. And
Hey, Red just joined.
You don't want to leave at 1 in the morning?
Oh God, not when I have to be up at 5.
Well, not anymore. You don't have to, sir.
No, she does.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's on her.
I'm the one who drives, though.
Get her a license.
We're working on that.
But
And
no,
hey, Red just joined the chat.
Who?
Red.
Oh, hey, Red.
my other friend, not yours.
No, he's my friend.
I'm the one who's asking him to teach me to play Pokemon.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
your
you know
friend.
what?
Your friend.
Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
But with
Let's just hope he hasn't had that much trouble actually getting more cards.
Oh, jeez.
Considering
You know
the
what?
bullshit
At
that's
least
happened.
he'd be able to take care of himself in that fist fight that would happen, or that apparently happened last time we saw something like that. Jeez, you see that clip? That was fucking ridiculous. For a fucking card game, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. I'm a geek. I'm a child, child inside and everything like that. It's just like, I mean, come on. I have a Dungeons and Dragons throw pillow. I'm a complete and total geek. But that is a step beyond, guys.
still need to watch commentary for Richard's D&D remarks.
It's fantastic.
Well, it's like
I
the
can't wait
retro
for Saturday because of that.
It's like the retro show with Tyler as Paul Haben. Brilliant. It was so great.
It's because these guys are good at what they do. That's why I'm going to school for this shit soon.
Well, and that's at least Tyler doesn't run from Hardacus like the other two.
Red says, I'll teach you one of these days to play.
when the cards start getting back into the stores.
But with Mox and
And
Luke,
also, he apparently loves D&D as well. Nerds!
I was gonna say it's wrestling, and every wrestler's a nerd.
Biggest collection of nerds outside of a convention.
But with Luke and Mox, it's one of those where it's we know how good Dimitri and Luke was, and how,
we saw it 3 times.
and it was wonderful every time. And their last one was one of the best matches I've ever seen live.
I'm not really complaining because it's like they
It's-
were great matches, but it's like it'll be nice to have Luke Langley take somebody else on at MPX.
Card subject to change, sir.
I know.
Management's going to hear that and be like, "Oh, you want
He's got a
Dimitri and
match-
Luke again? All
Fox
right."
has a match on Friday too, and anything can freaking happen.
But no, it's one of those where my front runner for match of the year so far is Dimitri and Luke. And having seen that and then having seen Dimitri and Mox, I'm expecting great things out of this match.
Yeah.
And I hate to put that pressure on Mox because I know he's one of those that he gets very amped up about matches.
Yeah.
But I think he's in one of those where he's getting better every time we see him. And Luke's one of those that a couple more times and he's Texas talent, kind of like Tommy Dean and stuff.
Tommy Dean needs one more, and hey, wait, he's coming back this season.
Exactly. So depending on how he does in this match, he might be ours.
Tommy Dean says, I'm everyone's friend that follows me on TikTok at least.
I think I do.
I do.
You do not, probably.
So wouldn't be surprised if I don't.
Right?
It's a matter of paying attention rather
Yeah,
than
Jay.
intent.
Yeah.
But
Hush you.
Because I do that.
I'm looking forward to this match because I think it's going to be great because Mox does have a very old school style, and I don't think he necessarily gets to showcase it a lot. And most addicts have seen him in tag matches. I think seeing him as a singles is great. Now, while yes, we do love game day, I kind of don't want the coach there. I want Mox on his own.
I still want the entrance though.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, the entrance is still going to be there, but he's still going to do the thing, but I don't want the coach out there.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's nothing against Ashton. I like the coach, but I feel that should be a tag team thing. I don't think he should be manager, if that makes any sense.
No, I got you.
Plus, I think him and Luke would be great singles by themselves.
Uh-oh.
What did you do?
No, just somebody informing me of something. Okay, but that match, I'm looking forward to that. And like I said, it's because it's finally going to be facing somebody else, and that'll be great too. After that, the other singles match that we've got announced is the Iron Belly returns and takes on Mikey B, and I'm looking forward to this match, not just because, well, obviously my friend, but also because the safety.
Yes, we know you love Mikey B, so it's great. You're part of the Tatum Club. The Mikey B Club now.
The pretty...
the Pretty White Boys.
Yeah, the Pretty White Boy Club, yeah.
There we go. When Dave moves to Philly, the Pretty White Boys, Mikey B and Tatum.
Yeah. What's
they
sad
can,
is...
And they can regain CJ.
Pretty fly for a white guy?
Oh, poor CJ.
Apparently Dave's not pretty, yeah.
Sorry, I think Dave's a very fine man, thank you. Just a little short for my taste.
So Red's cheering for Mikey.
Of course you are.
And you no longer have a Pokemon trainer, do you? It's okay, Red. You can teach me Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever the fuck it is. That's the other one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red, don't listen to his slander.
Digimon for life, bro.
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi. Yeah, Tamagotchi forever. But
the Furbies that never shut the fuck up.
Dead Polymer says Pretty White Boys. The pubes?
Dead Palmer?
Polymer.
Oh, I was like, Matthew Palmer's dead? What the fuck?
Dead Palmer. I think somebody had higher hopes than even I did for last Saturday.
But yes, Mikey B and Iron Belly.
But like I said, one of the big things I'm looking forward to with this is the safety net's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't get me wrong, the guys were good, but now they ain't got Kirby to fall back on.
Papa's not there to work with you.
So this is where they're really going to be able to showcase what they can do, who they really are, and everything like that.
Yep.
And at the very least with these two, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to solid work from both of them. I'm looking forward to some really great, better character work than before, even.
Yeah.
Because it's like, obviously they are both larger than life characters.
And the contrast of style for their characters are great.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm also looking forward to seeing Mikey B's head pop.
Of course you are. You're just going to go ahead and throw that out there, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and not be biased. You're going to throw your full support behind what you want to happen.
It's also a bit of a self-plug. So,
Dirty pop.
But, oh, God, the puns. Oh, man.
They're there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'm loving it. But, yeah.
You want it that way?
Yep. Thank you for beating me to that.
I had to.
So yeah, this match, I'm like I said, looking forward to it. Looks like it's going to be really good. I'm expecting maybe not the greatest match ever because still rookies.
But no, so you should always expect the greatest match ever. That's what fans do.
I know, right? It's like
then we go to Twitter and we bitch about it.
Match of the night, guys.
And then we go to Twitter and bitch about when they fail.
Yeah.
The only thing I really want out of this, and I really don't know why, and I can't even, as I'm about to say right now, I can't explain it. I want Kirby on commentary. I want Kirby just to be shown to watching his children.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always cool to see that. And
we already kind of got that last year with the Men of Mayhem story versus Allers guys.
And I kind of like that. I like how he takes them, and it's like a full under the wing until they're on their own.
Yeah.
So I kind of
I don't know. It could be worse. This could turn into a Nexus kind of thing. We're completely
that's the other reason why I want it there is I want to see maybe these three kind of get together and go against the grain.
Yeah. It's like three completely disparate personalities getting together and being like, yeah, And we have no leader. I'm the leader, actually.
No, that was the core.
Oh, right, that was the core.
Nexus always had a leader. It was Wade, and then it was Punk.
And then we have the apple.
Oh, the core.
Oh, God, that was so stupid.
No, the original Nexus was great.
The United Nations was better, or League of Nations was better.
I was going to say, United Nations, what?
Sorry.
With Barrett, Sheamus, Cesaro, and was it Del Rio?
Russian.
No, it's over here.
Rusev.
Oh, Rusev was on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 5?
It was Rusev.
Del Rio got fired while it was... Okay, that's right. Del Rio got fired while it was going on.
I was like, Del Rio would have been a good addition, but he's a scumbag, so fuck him.
Yeah. He no-showed on me once. That's fine. Well, to be fair, he was kidnapped in Mexico while that happened, so...
He was hiding from the
I
authorities.
just really hope Andrade is not that way.
Man, yeah.
From everything I've read, he's better.
Yeah, I've heard better things about him. But yeah,
He dates a Flair, so it's kind of like...
But yeah, for that's why he didn't go back. Sorry, random thought.
No, she threatened. That's why they let him go without 90 days.
No.
Del Rio.
There was
there
was a conversation I was having with somebody that we were expecting Andrade to go back to Mexico because he's a fucking superstar there.
He is.
He signed with Impact.
Yeah, he's also doing AAA too, though.
Okay.
So
the Impact's a lot less.
Impact is the new ROH. It's the bigger independent where you can still do a bunch of shit.
Okay.
Because I want to say he's also doing Japan as well.
Okay.
So no, it was if he signed with AEW, he's there.
Yeah, but
no Impact, you can do wherever the fuck you want.
But and then
Impact's just happy to have you.
Impact's just happy to be here. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we're gonna get a lot of TNA hate.
Oh God!
Why do you hate on Impact?
Oh no! This is gonna be one of those few times in which Tommy Dreamer's like just dicking around, sees this, is like, wait a minute, didn't I do a favor for these guys?
I was gonna say, Sky, message him really quick and tell him not to watch.
Do not watch. But after that, we've got also the one of 2 tag matches that have been announced, in which we've got Sagan Manning taking on Noah and Red.
The trainers.
Yeah. And the Master Trainers.
Oh.
Or something. I don't know. I heard them say Master Trainers.
Master Trainers?
I did not. I wasn't going to go there.
I
wasn't going to go.
It's the Pokeball, right?
No, that's dice, man. Never play dice by yourself.
Figured it was throwing the Pokeballs. Squirtle,
no,
right?
No. With Pokeballs, you got to hit the button, man, you know?
Fuck you. How many people tuned out? Because I like how I say Squirtle, and you're like, no, you got to do the button. I'm like, motherfucker.
During that whole thing, Red just has the...
Well, we never said Red was fully PG, technically.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I've seen those banned episodes of Pokemon. Guns, boobs, whole 9 yards. Yeah.
And then the seizures.
There's hentai for Pokemon?
Do not look it up.
I mean, I know they did for Bowser, which was weird enough.
Yeah.
That whole trend was, what the fuck is wrong with people?
And
the electric tail of Pikachu.
What the fuck?
It's just some people are weird.
Do not look up the electric tail of Pikachu.
Jesus.
I've had some weird roommates, and I'm saying this for me, weird roommates, and that's no. That's why I say don't look. No, do not. Don't be doing that. That's a bad plan. This match is going to be good. We've seen this match before. It's actually these 4 guys are really great in the ring together, and the amount of I want to say not give.
It was one of those. It was one of the better matches that the tag team run of Sega Man had produced. So I'm really curious to see how we come off that, because it's one of those where it was so good. It was like, oh, that's great. And it seems a little soon to go back to it.
Yeah.
But granted, we do not have a lot of tag teams. So of course we go back to it because they are good tag teams. And let's be honest, it's probably the easiest thing in wrestling. Oh, you had a good match? Well, let's do it again in 2 months or so. Because, it ain't been that long You know, it's been a while, but not that long.
End of May.
So it's enough to where time has probably passed to where a lot of other addicts don't remember it per se, or maybe some newer addicts because the crowds are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's like we've been addicts.
So I'm really curious to see what we go and how we expound from the tag they had before. With Sagan and Manning, how are they going to rebound from losing the tag titles? How are how are Red and Noah going
Ned and Roa.
Yeah, exactly. How are they going to rebound from, their losses? And this is the first time we've seen Red since he died from heart-attacus. So it'll be in...
They just took him to a care center.
Different plane of existence.
Ding, 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 ding. He's fine.
And then I don't think we've seen Noah since he snapped his wrist.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting how they come back from their losses as well. Like I said, these are 4 men that when Dave and Tatum first took the belts, this is one of the matches they wanted because they want to help the younger talent. And we saw that after the match. Like, this is one of the first ones where they kind of did the quote-unquote curtain call where they, shook hands and raised hands with Noah and Red and everything like that. Because these are guys that maybe not necessarily Dave, but Tatum definitely trained with.
Oh, yeah.
So it meant a lot to them to put on that match. And it's going to be interesting to see where we go. I am looking forward to it. I think, obviously, part of me says Dave and Tatum wins because they are the better tag team. But we have seen MPX management in the past kind of once something that's been going up really high loses once, they kind of go.
Oh God, is Tatum younger
down.
than all of? How old is Noah again?
Yeah, Tatum's younger than all 3 of them.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
You got to remember, Tatum just got his first beer not too long ago.
Child. Oh, okay. Doesn't hurt as bad as Kenny Dykstra did when I found out how old he was, but.
Oh yeah, when he was like what 18 when he fought Ric Flair.
Yeah, I was just like,
And Spirit Squad and all that shit. Yeah, that was crazy.
I was just like, I'm sitting here 19, 20 years old. I'm just like,
and now he's
man.
fucking retired and makes more money than all of us probably.
Yeah, well,
Because he did some financial. I don't know. He talked about it on the podcast. He actually does very well, hence why he retired.
yeah, well, hey,
Actually,
if you can do it, do it.
I was gonna say I think one of his last runs was the match he had with us. I think shortly after that, maybe 2 or 3 months, he retired quickly.
Yeah. Now it's Mikey and shit.
Well, it's not Nikki.
No, Nikki is somebody else now.
Well, that's Dolph.
Yeah. Which is why I always thought that when he comes out dressed like Nikki Sixx, I'm like, that's funny as hell.
And no one really. Johnny didn't do much with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There was Nikki, Mikey, Johnny, Kenny. Who's the last one? There's 5, right?
Great.
I was gonna say maybe this is Boss Man telling us. No.
The Spirits. Moving on with the match. And
Well, yeah, because we've got lots of tag matches. So, which we always
Mitch.
want tag matches. So, Mitch, that's right. Yeah, didn't end in NY. That's why no one remembers.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't
didn't
Mitchie.
follow the pattern, man. Combo breaker.
Yeah, but that's why people are supposed to remember him, right?
I don't remember who he was at all. It's like I remember Kenny and Nikki, and only Nikki because he's now Dolph Ziggler.
And the way they introduced him was great. Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler. Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler. Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler.
I will always love the time that he walked up on Ken Kennedy and Ric Flair. I'm Dolph Ziggler. Pretty blonde guy with a catchphrase. Never heard of that before. Yeah.
Kennedy was another one wasted talent.
Fucking wasted. And it's like part of me believes his story.
I was gonna say part of it is literally him, and part of it is WWE.
It's like his story of he's a kind of a funny guy, and I don't think he's really championship material. It's like, I could see Tripp doing that though. That's the problem. I don't know. Either way, yeah, this match, back to MPX.
And you don't want to talk about Spirit Squad more?
No, because I'll just get mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, there it is. Fucking finally. But yeah, this match is going to be pretty good. The
Yes.
other tag team match is, of course, the tag team title match in which Sebastian and Schaefer are going to
First
be taking
defense.
on the Pub Crawlers in their first defense.
Which, and this is a little inside, and I'm sure you saw it on Facebook too, and it's a little tangent. If a wrestler talks to you, let's not post all that on Facebook. Let's, kind of try to keep that private, because I saw that, I think it was Sunday night, and I was sitting there, I was like, this needs to be deleted pretty quick. And I think it was. Do you not know what I'm talking about?
No, actually, I think this is one.
Okay. No, it was someone kind of went on a nice little tangent about how the Pub Crawlers are great and management hates them and they're not booked and they should be tag champs and blah blah blah. And let's it was probably some alcohol involved.
My comment was a joke, so I had no idea about that.
It was alcohol is probably involved, and it was probably listening to someone vent, and they took that vent and decided to post it online, and probably shouldn't have done that. It's just one of those where
where respect the curtain means more
exactly.
than just
If a wrestler chooses to vent with you or talk to you or
That
share
means they trust
information, let's not post that online. And then maybe when someone says delete it, you should delete it.
yeah.
And just for the record, I didn't say delete it. A wrestler said delete it, and I just liked it because it was. I was going to say delete it.
Yeah.
But anyways, Pub Crawlers.
Pub Crawlers, yeah. No, I'm looking for
That's what started all this, by the way.
I really do. It's like I'm actually looking forward to this one because
Yes.
I kind of want to see Johnny versus Schaefer.
Yeah.
I mean,
never
Schaefer
got the
versus
really-
Zero is going to be great.
We never got the real blow off to that technically, even though it really wasn't called for a blow off. But yeah, Schaefer and Johnny's going to be great. And then, Zero's going to be, again, no one dies like Zero. So it's going to be great to see him bump and sell his ass off in this match like he always does. And then it's going to be good to see how Sebastian and Schaefer come out as, are they going to be the cocky, dominant tag champs? Or are they going to kind of, be serious and kind of try to steamroll Pub Crawlers?
Yeah, we'll see.
So
I'm actually, that's something I'm looking forward to because, that's going to be interesting.
it is going to be good. I'm
That's
obviously
one of the things
glad
I
the
do
Pub
like.
Crawlers are here.
Yeah, it's like this one thing I do like about title changes is you kind of never really know where it's going to go from there.
You never do because we've had title changes. I think you can look at Chandler, won the title. No one expected it. Went to defend it. Kind of cocky, slipped up, lost, and
Twice.
we've had it with tag titles. Like we've done it a lot with champions coming out and either being too cocky or you have some that are very confident. I think one of those, like when Sky won the title, he immediately came out and he steamrolled his next opponent to kind of prove a point.
Yeah.
Same with Wes. Wes came out and kind of steamrolled his first opponent.
Yeah, and, and that's the thing about these guys, these champions who win through quote unquote controversial, dubious means, what have you. Whether it's a heel or a face or what have you, it's like everybody's like, oh, they're a paper champion. They're not a real champion. It's like, wait till they're actually defending the belts.
And
if they're having to powder and cheat and everything like that, if they're Lou Albanoing these matches to retain their title, then you can make the comment.
And that's why we always say, let things play out.
Yeah.
I think Larry was the biggest case we can ever prove of that.
Yeah.
Is let it play out.
If we hadn't learned our lesson of shut the fuck up and let management do their job at that point, then, that doesn't mean we're not going to stop talking. Is what we do. So.
No, of course not. And again, most of the time, at least with me, I'm like, yeah, it was good, but here's what I liked or what I would have done. Doesn't mean I'm right.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, good God. Some of the stuff I have ideas for booking, I'm pretty sure that, the MPX addicts would look at and go, the fuck is this shit?
Well, and that's the thing. Let's be honest. Wrestling there is no right or wrong, really. Because it's
what's to this crowd's taste or that crowd's taste.
It's that famous shirt Ricochet put out years ago is wrestling is art. There's so many different styles and there's so many different things. You're not going to like everything. It was after he released it after that whole thing with him and Ospreay.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, Ricochet's the best at what he does, even better than the top women talents.
I'm not going to lie. He is the better high flyer.
I'm not going to lie either, but he's kind of got an ego trip there.
Well, again, though, to be where you are, you kind of have to be, don't you? I've always been that mindset. If I actually had more confidence in myself, I would say we're the best podcast, and I would say we should do better things. I just don't have self-confidence, so therefore I'm not going to say that.
Well, I was like, I may not do the first part, but I definitely do agree with the second part.
I mean, there's a shitload of self-deprecation and self-confidence I don't have, so therefore, hence why we do what we do. Now, if I did think I was actually good, I would say, oh no, fuck that, we deserve better. We should be better. We deserve this, that, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I really, I am looking forward to this match. Also, the Pub Crawler shirt is phenomenal.
Yes. Get the shirt.
You need to definitely pick that shirt up. I'm pretty sure they're on sale now. If not, you can message Lulu Creations or Zero or Johnny and get your order in because those shirts
that's
are
another
great.
thing. Ladies and gentlemen,
go ahead, Sebastian. Go ahead and plug his shirt.
No. Actually, this is me plugging Lully and defending one of our friends. I was like, guys, if you want to talk to them, in official capacity, message Lully Creations.
Yeah.
Stop clogging up Heather's messages, guys.
Yeah.
And don't send dick pics.
The fuck did that happen?
For the love of the gods.
Who it was? It's like it was somebody in the group of women that hang out with that she's in. Got one. And it's just like, why the fuck do people do this?
God damn it, Pat. That's a joke. That was a joke.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure you can go grab a big.
Trust me, I'm getting it. But no, get those shirts because again, she does great work and. Yeah, please don't put them on a list. It was a joke.
Seriously.
It's okay. My other friends are on list too. But no, it's one of those where she does such great work, and the turnaround is really good. And it's not just
she kills herself to do that.
I was gonna say it's not just MPX that she does for. She actually has gotten a lot of the DFW area talent and some not in DFW. So definitely message out, reach out, get your shirts, and just expect a little bit of a wait, but the turnaround is still pretty great.
Oh yeah. But so that is that's all the matches. But we also have the celebration that Exodus Prime is throwing for
it's our new champion.
Yeah.
There's going to be British flags everywhere. It's going to be, raining confetti.
Oh yeah, it's going to be this whole huge production, everything but the pyro because I
was going to say, you remember when Eddie won his belt and they had that celebration?
Huge.
That's exactly what we get.
MPX is going to go all out. The budget's just going to be tanked after this.
Dude, it's no longer the MPX Event Center. It is London. We are London, England,
One.
We are now at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah. But no, I'm actually expecting this is going to be pretty fun to watch one or the other because,
Gilbert.
We're going to find out why Exodus did what he did. And we're going to also find out if Dimitri's got a score to settle. I'm pretty sure he does.
I was going to say, there's no thinking. Dimitri has a score to settle. It's just a matter of who's he more pissed off at. Yeah. Is he more pissed off at?
Well, considering the last
Exodus?
time he talked about it, he said Prime. So
yeah, that is true.
I mean,
that was, he yelled at you for that. So pretty sure.
What? No.
What are you talking about then?
No, he literally said Prime.
Oh, okay.
It was like a post on Facebook.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Oh, wait, no, he didn't come on Rehab. Never mind. No. Thought that was someone else that came on Rehab and messed with you. Never mind.
No. I had Ryan.
I have lots of friends.
I had
okay?
Ryan
they
and
like
Sky
to mess with you.
come beat me up. That's it.
I thought you had Ryan twice.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't say the Tommy Becker's name right.
It's because no, it's because I forgot Tommy when my brain glitched and I forgot Tommy in the Prison Break match. It's like that's the problem with live entertainment. He won't shut up, and my brain will just stop for a moment, and I'll be like, "Fuck, there's a word here I'm supposed to say. What was it? The Tommy Becker. Oh yeah.
Come here, Ryan. What's his name?
The thing is, that's the kind of shit that I've been like. It's like, guys, you can come on the show. I've been telling them for years now.
Oh yeah, they come out.
That's what we do. Yeah.
I mean, we haven't.
That is the number one good thing.
I was going to say, we haven't had Silver on a show lately, so that's why it feels like no one's come out, because Silver hadn't come and fuck with us lately.
Yeah. Do we miss Jason?
Oh, I kind of do.
Yes.
Kind of miss Jason, yeah.
I was like, I like Silver. Granted, like I said, he's that friend that's a dick, but you like him because he's your friend that's a dick.
It's like, you're an asshole. You're my asshole.
Exactly.
You're an asshole.
Exactly.
It's like people have asked me, it's like, why does he do shit like this? It's Jason Silver. That's why.
Because that means he actually likes us. If he didn't like us, he would just walk away.
Yeah, he'd big time us and be like,
He did that for the first couple of months.
And then he started doing his walk-ons and fuck with us and everything like that.
It's like Kirby
fun.
just walks by.
Yeah.
Which, forgot what it was. He walked by, he was like, that was more exciting than the match. I was like, God damn.
What match was it? Oh.
I forgot, but I was like, oh. Is it even
Because all the matches were actually.
I was going to say, sometimes I say shit and I'm like, ew.
It's like, I don't remember what I was thinking. I'll have to rewatch Mainline just to remember what that was.
But yeah, the celebration I think is going to be great. And we did get confirmation. There are flags.
There are flags. There are flags.
You didn't see the confirmation?
No.
Yeah, we've got British flags, so it's going to be great.
Oh, jeez. I got to see this.
Oh, yes. The picture is wonderful.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, yep. Management went all out on this.
Yes. We have so many British flags. It's going to be wonderful.
It's going to be great.
I dare say almost every attic can have a British flag.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
So we get dibs, right?
Oh, yeah. We're definitely getting them first.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, we've got the appearing, which is, we got the boys.
We got the boys. We got Kirby. We got Tommy Dean. We got Casey. And there was one other, I think.
Mr. Nasty is going to be there.
Oh, yeah. The fact that Mr. Nasty's going to be there.
Right. He's not on the poster, but we saw a video of him coming. So.
Oh, Dimitri's on the poster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we already kind of called that he's going to be there.
Well, I would assume he's got some bears to hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy Dean says, "Me, bitches."
We're looking forward to seeing you again. Like
yes.
you said, one more show. You're one of your
pretty. I just realized it's a pretty big Oklahoma crew coming in.
Yeah.
Mr. Nasty, Tommy, Luke. It's deadly.
I hope y'all got a big car.
It's a lot. It's almost an invasion, kind of. just a little one.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. It's better than the other Oklahoma. Well, you weren't there. In the old building, we had another Oklahoma invasion. Yeah, it was not good. It was Oklahoma famous. It was bad.
Oh wow. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say you remember that, don't you? Yeah.
Probably a whole lot of ego in that car.
Yeah. I will say.
Yeah. So
bad jokes.
Probably a lot of cake too.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what we got for the Fallout. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely interested to see where the MPX Championship stuff is going to go.
Technically, Luke is Kansas City,
Oh,
Really?
okay.
according to Tommy Dean.
Interesting.
Wow.
Thought him and Graham were Oklahoma.
Right? That's fair.
In case you didn't hear that was no wonder Luke's good coming from my friend Pat.
That'd be the redhead that sits with us, not one of us.
But no, that's that kind of explains a lot.
Yep.
I'm just kind of curious who, because he's a mercenary. So who paid Luke? Surely MPX management didn't put a hit out on Christian Mox.
No. I'm willing to bet it was the coach because he was he's trying to
Luke
test
is Kansas.
What do you know? But
He's in Oklahoma and Texas a lot then. Fuck.
no kidding. That's a hell of a drive.
Tommy Dean says, "I have no idea what the OK invasion is, but I can probably guess it involved Brandon Groom."
So I'm assuming I can say this because he said it. Free flags for the first 100 addicts in the door. So see, everyone gets a British flag. You get a British flag, and you get a British flag. If you're not sitting out there handing them out, saying you get a British flag and you get a British flag, everyone gets a British flag.
There's not going to be more than 100.
Oh, we'll have more than 100 people. Will not get a flag
That's what I thought.
because I want two. Oh yeah, good point. This and then Sparkler.
Should get I'm going to hit Party City before the show.
Let's just go with Party City. Do you happen to have a British flag? Shit, what are they called? My mind just went
clappers?
blank. Not the clapper. It was the thing we throw. Streamers.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, my mind went blank on that shit.
Oh, no, wait. Go total Europe. Get some vuvuzelas.
and Brixton has already hates us.
That's if he watches the show.
If you do that, I will come over the railing and kill you.
Can we bring tea? Yeah, just tea. Some biscuits.
Yeah.
There has to be a BYOB.
I'll tell you
with tea allowed.
I'll tell you the idea just popped into my head. But yeah, so ladies,
Kirby's thing, right? Oh, the first tea party.
Yeah.
Done.
I didn't even think of the name. That's so awesome.
Oh dear God.
So to security and the cleanup crew, we're sorry. But yeah.
All Steph's no longer security.
Don't
Boo.
have their hovels, so it's all good.
I was gonna say I like the other securities.
Yeah, but
I guess I need to
that's
find
all we
someone else
got
to pick on.
for the shows this week. That's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to it. Get your tickets now at mpxwrestling.com. Check out tomorrow Mayhem at Mid-Cities. Those were freaking fantastic matches. Network.mpxwrestling.com. $9.99 a month.
Don't know if June passes are on sale yet or not.
I don't know.
So
Should find out. Yeah.
well, I'm sure it'll be soon because
Yeah.
this is the last one in
Yeah,
May.
that is true.
So
But yeah, so yeah, like I said, pretty much that's what we got. So Gotch be with you, ladies and gentlemen.
see y'all Saturday.
I can see Mark out, but she gotta hit the button. Mark out.
Well, now you're waiting to time it. Look at you. You learned.
Oh yeah.
You just don't want